bar, and today we're going to be talking about some whammy bar, kind of like just tips and techniques on kind of just what I do with it. One of my subscribers have asked me if I do a video on this stuff, and one thing to watch out, because I had a Floyd Rose guitar back in the day. I had a Randy Rhoads Flying V, and it was really cool, but I got in this really bad habit of using it constantly, like all the time. Like, I kind of like stopped thinking of licks to play, and I would just grab it and, you know, just go crazy with the whammy bar. So I got rid of that guitar, and now that I have my Charvel and everything, I use it more responsibly. So it's kind of like a warning, like be careful with your Floyd Rose, because you'll instantly want to just overuse it and everything, and it's really hard not to, because it makes stuff sound cool. So, but anyways, this is just going to be kind of like some tips, different sounds you can get, just random nonsense like that. So anyways, here's the video, and I hope this helps you guys. Can't speak. Okay, the first thing that we're going to kind of do is just, it's a pretty basic one. There's not really going to be any tablature in this video, because everything's going to be whammy bar based, but I'll make sure to explain everything well. And just what we're going to do is just kind of do a... Okay, and I'll probably do a close-up of my right hand of what I'm doing with the whammy for some of this stuff. But anyways, it starts off, you pick, and we're going to do this on the 5th fret on the G string. So you pick that note and you hit it, then you hit your whammy bar. And by hit it, I mean you lightly push down on it. If you watch, I kind of like leave my pinky on the whammy bar, and I almost just go like that. Just kind of smack it with my fingers, and it gets just like that little bit of a bar in there. Okay, so then the next thing that we're going to do is, so you pick the 5th fret on the G, whammy, then you hammer on to the 7 on the G, and then whammy that one. So, and after that whammy, you're going to pull back off to the 5, and just whammy it again. And that's kind of like your cycle, then it just goes over and over again. So 5 whammy, 7 whammy. So that's just kind of the first thing. A lot of stuff with whammy bar that I'm going to show you is going to be based around harmonics and everything. So if you've seen any of my videos, I do what I just did all the time. And it's kind of cool just to just slide around, because luckily when you're using your bar, it gives you a lot of extra sustain on your notes. So you can really slide around, like what Steve I does and stuff like that. And like all I was doing for that whole thing is pretty much what I said. You hit a note, then whammy, next note, whammy. The only thing I was doing different was I was sliding around, so... something else we're going to talk about is it sounds really cool to hit harmonics and just kind of either, push the bar down, or you can pull it up. And both of them sound cool. What I like to do is on the 5th fret on all the strings, you get real strong harmonics. So a lot of times in my videos, if I'm just jamming, I'll just kind of like hit the harmonics randomly. Usually it's just on the D string, the G, and the B, and I just kind of hit them all at once, and just do like a bar dive, and it sounds really cool to me. And I love the way that sounds. It sounds so ugly, and it just... So just kind of mess around with that. And then another one that you can do is just to kind of like do a pinch harmonic instead of the natural ones. Just there we go, and just kind of whammy bar that one. Eddie Van Halen did that a lot. There we go. I knew that this video would be kind of like guess and check with a lot of this stuff, so you can do that pretty much anywhere, even on the lower string. That was different. I don't even know what I did there. But like I said, there's just tons of stuff. Something that I stole from Rep Beach is that I'm just going to show you all on the low E string. And what we're going to do is we're going to go... Okay, those are all natural harmonics. And the first one I played was on the 5th fret. So what you're doing is on the 5th fret, the bar in between the 5th and the 6th, there's a real strong harmonic there. Then you go up to the 7th fret, so the bar between 7 and 8. Then 9 and 10. And then 12 and 13. And what we're going to do is it's kind of that same thing that we were doing before with the... But instead of picking these harmonics, we're just going to kind of smack them with your middle finger, and it's going to sound out the harmonic real strong. And you can do this on like any of the strings. Obviously the other strings are a little bit harder. The low E string is just the easiest way to go if you're just messing around with this. But what we're going to do is you're going to hit a harmonic. Better than that. And then you're getting a bar. So... That's just something cool to kind of mess around with. So just to start off, just do the 5th fret, 7, 9, and 12. Okay, and then something else I'm going to show you is something that, another thing I stole from Red Beach. A lot of you guys probably are going to recognize it more from Dimebag, but I learned it from Red Beach in one of his old guitar instructional videos way back in the 80s. And it was just kind of, you go grabbing a harmonic like that. And obviously I'm not the best at it. But what you do is the whole time. On the 5th fret, what I do is I grab the string with my first finger. And I don't play the 5th note, I kind of grab it and pull it. Get that kind of effect from it. And then what I do is I push the bar down. And then what you do is you just you let your finger barely touch the string on those 5th fret harmonics like we were talking about on the G string. You just let it barely touch it, and then you bring your bar back up. So the trick to this one is a lot of gain really does help, and you don't want it to sound like this. See, I've been doing it so long I can't remember how to... You don't want to hear all the stuff before the... You don't want to hear any of that. You just want to hear... So it's definitely kind of a harder one to learn at first, but like I said, I'm pulling off on the string, not really hitting a note per se. I'm just kind of plucking it with this left hand. That'd be a good way to say it. Push the bar down, and then you're just gonna, like I said, let your finger hit that harmonic while that's your bar is still pushed down, and then bring it back up. These last two, again, they're all kind of harmonic based, and this is just kind of something Joe Satriani does. Is he'll get a pinch harmonic without fretting anything and kind of grab his whammy bar with his hand like this, and he'll just pick a string and get a harmonic, Let's see if I can get one for you. And that's just kind of the thing that he's rocking. He does them like on demand. It's crazy. He'll just grab it and just do them whenever he feels like it. I've never really used it. I saw him do it once, and it's just kind of something that I picked up, but I don't really use, unfortunately. And another thing to kind of do is this another thing that I stole from Rep Beach, and it's just a spaceship sound. What you do is you just kind of push down on your strings in between your pickups and let it kind of hit the pickups, and you'll hear that kind of a sound from it. And then you kind of push the bar down a little bit and give it this kind of spaceship sound. And it kind of gives you just like the spooky-ish sound, I guess. Another one is just to kind of up here above your fret nut, just to pick the strings. That's kind of a spooky sound. There's tons of stuff you can do with the whammy bar. Like I said, I'm not like the best person with a whammy bar or anything, because I try to not use it too much. I don't know. If I feel like if I use it too much again, I'm going to fall back into that pit. But the best thing to do is just try to like incorporate any of that stuff in your own playing and make up your own stuff. I mean, maybe do hope that video helps you guys and everything. So peace out, and I will see you with the next video.